Hello my lovely feminine darlings, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today we're going to talk about detachment, but we're going to talk about the secret of soft detachment. So how to avoid being cold and being calm and unbothered like a true femme fatale instead. Have you ever felt that the only way to protect yourself and to protect your energy was to be cold, to act cold, to shut down, to withdraw and pretend like nothing affects you? I definitely did this mistake in the past. You're not cold, you're not cruel, you're just done giving too much. Let me introduce you to something more powerful than coldness: soft detachment. It is not icy, it is not harsh, it is calm, centered, magnetic, and deeply feminine. It is normal to have feelings. We're human beings. It is normal to feel things for people, and it is normal to be upset at people. You are not supposed to be a robot. Soft detachment is about releasing attachment without shutting down your heart. And I think that most people go to the extreme. Either they have this pick-me energy where they're way too attached, way too bothered by what people say or do, or they're really acting super cold and detached and completely inhuman sometimes, to really not care at all and shutting down everything and never trusting anyone and never be warm anymore to anyone, right? And it's not the solution. Like, we want the in-between, the balance. I'm always talking about balance on my channel. It's knowing when to lean back, not out of manipulation, but out of trust and self-respect. You're not completely reactive, but you're not unavailable either. As women at the beginning of dating, we're just open and very trusting and very excited and a little bit too trusting sometimes, and giving sometimes too many chances to people that don't deserve it. That is the problem, is that you don't have your boundaries, but in a calm way. And I think that a lot of people misunderstand that the light and the dark feminine are not those two. The light feminine is not about being a pick-me, and the dark feminine is not about being mean and Machiavellian. The light feminine is about being in your enjoyment, in your childlike spirit, in your trustworthy spirit, but it is balanced with your dark feminine, which brings the boundaries and the queen energy, the goddess-like, the high-value woman persona that is going to be protecting yourself and protecting your standards and your values. But it doesn't mean that you are a pick-me when you're in your light feminine. When you're in your light feminine, it's because the man deserved it. Like, he proved to you that he deserved to be around your light feminine, and your dark feminine come out when you need to put down the boundaries. And this is exactly that I try to achieve in my Femme Fatale Siren course, and in all of my teaching is about having that right balance of you being able to be loving and feminine, but at the same time you have boundaries and standards, and you're not like a pushover and a people pleaser. And a man will treat you like a queen in that case. But he will also feel good with you, and he will also feel masculine with you, and not feel like you are this monster that is demanding, but never getting anything in return for him. In that sense, you have this kind of self-assured energies that says, I love deeply, but I'm not here to beg for love. So if you want to know how to get from being cold to being calm instead, and being unbothered, and having that magnetic feminine aura, keep on watching. But first, just wanted to let you know that if you want to see more of my content, I talk about fashion, femininity, old Hollywood glamour, seduction, dating, and anything to make you become a highly feminine lady, to upgrade your confidence to the highest level possible, and upgrade your relationship and everything about your life. So feel free to join the channel, the link is down below, and also follow me on my Instagram and on TikTok. And ladies, if you want to upgrade yourself to the next level, feel free to join my Femme Fatale Siren course, the link is down below. What is a Femme Fatale? What is a siren? These are the women that are extremely high value, that have the highest standards, and that are able to obtain the best results. These are the women that win in life. These are the women with the best relationships. Because they have high standards for themselves and they value themselves, they treat themselves as the prize. How do you do that? How do you become this woman that is a prize? That is not just faking being a prize, but actually becoming a prize. From head to toe, from the mindset to the physical appearance, relationship advice, how to be more in your feminine energy. This course will really upgrade everything about your feminine power, and you will become a new woman. If you want to join, the link is down below. I also have for my single ladies a high value ebook. This is the blueprint for dating like a true high value queen. I cover everything on my ebook, and the link is down below. Women always swing between one extreme to another. Either they give too much or they completely shut down. But here's the truth. Coldness is a defense mechanism and it doesn't work. It's like you are back into your masculine energy, protecting yourself when you are in your cold energy and you're giving the silent treatment and you're ignoring everything. But you end up numbing yourself more than anything else. And coldness kills connection, obviously. It's not going to fix the problem, the issue with your partner. It's not going to fix the issue with that man that you just met. People may chase you, a man may chase you briefly, but eventually he may feel unsafe and emotionally confused. It also hurts your feminine energy to be cold in that way because it is not in our nature. As I always say, we are more emotional. So if you're completely ignoring all of your emotions, like you're like, no, I don't feel anything, which is not true, creating cognitive dissonance in your body. You always think that those women that are femme fatale, unbothered, things like that, that they're cold, or like those women that are really attracting the best relationships, that they're kind of mean and cold. That is not true. They are calm instead. They're not cold. Because if you are cold, if you're mean, if you're disrespectful, like at some point, a man is going to be tired of that. People around you are going to be tired of that. Being calm is strong. It's intentional. So there's a real feminine power in being calm. Calm energy is magnetic. It draws people in without you trying. Because being calm says, I trust myself and I don't need to control everything. Calm says, I don't need to force anything. I don't need to force this connection with this man. If he is distant suddenly, if he is pulling back, if he's pulling away suddenly, I stay calm and unbothered. I don't become bitter and resentful towards every man in the entire planet and become cold to every connection that I will have. On top of it, like, you don't want to let him win. Like, come on, he's not gonna have that much impact on you. A calm woman doesn't panic when someone pulls away. She leans back and observes. As I always say, you're the black cat. You're the femme fatale. You observe. You're calm and unbothered. You don't need to panic. You don't need to completely shut down your emotions. A calm woman doesn't rush to prove her worth. She knows it's already there. She responds with elegance. She holds silence like royalty and makes people feel safe in her presence because she feels safe within herself. In a world where everyone is reacting and overreacting, a calm woman stands out because she's not reactive. She glows. So how to practice self-detachment? Here are tools to embody self-detachment daily. Pause before you react, ladies. It is important to take a step back from the situation whenever it is something that is very emotional, that is going to trigger you. Be aware of your triggers and pause before you react and before you say anything. When something triggers you, his words, a delayed reply, his disrespectful tone, something that he did, right? Pause, first of all, take a deep breath, and don't react and respond later. I always encourage you to never respond immediately and to never listen to your first instinct. Your first instinct will be to lash out or to send him this big paragraph, right? To yell at him, to completely explode with your emotions. If it is a man that you just met and he's just pulling away, why is it such a big deal for you? Put on a beautiful dress, put some makeup, and remind yourself of who you are. If it is your partner that says something that really triggered you, and look at my video about how to deal with conflict in a feminine way, let yourself have a little bit of time to process your emotions. And sometimes silence can say a lot more than a long paragraph. Okay, ladies, now we're gonna say speak less and say more. Use fewer words, but let every word carry self-respect. You don't need to send a big, strong paragraph like this and to go on ChatGPT and have ChatGPT like write you this giant letter. Okay, I have some of my clients, they ask me, should I send him this? And they send me this giant paragraph and I'm like, no. You do not beg, you do not explain your worth. It is just about energy. Sometimes it's even better to not even mention it. If it is, for example, your partner or your man, or like a man that you just met that pull away, and then you, on the other hand, you are detached, you're focusing on yourself like I always say to you to do. You are the femme fatale goddess. You are back in your price, in your goddess energy. Like, I am focusing on myself. I prioritize myself and do my skincare. I go out with my friends. I'm just like on my own bubble, in my own self-love. And then he says, why are you so distant? Like, I noticed that you were distant. Why are you so distant? And then the big mistake that I see a lot of women doing is that they explain. They're like, oh my God, yes, I was distant because you said that, you did that, and you were distant, so then I was distant, blah, 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 blah. If he was distant and you mimic his energy, you respond to why you distant, it's gonna be, really? Was I? I don't know. Oh, by the way, have you seen this new movie? Like, I really love this new movie that came out on Netflix. Like, just completely change the subject and be like, really, was I? Was I distant? Like you didn't even notice, okay? Because don't kill your energy and your queen energy by saying to him that you react to everything that he does. You don't react to everything that he does. You're calm and unbothered, remember. You're not reactive, you're not this puppy golden retriever reacting to everything that he does. So if he's cold and distant, you focus on yourself, you're unbothered, you're calm, right? If you have a real issue with your partner, you can address it. You can address it, explain it in a calm way. When you explain your issue, when you explain your standards, when you explain a boundary in a calm way, it is always going to be more effective. And he's going to take it way more seriously than if it's just in a overreactive way, crying and thinking that, oh my God, he is the prize. So that he understands that your boundary is serious, and if he doesn't improve his behavior, you can go. You're able to walk away. Let people show you who they are, ladies. You don't need to rescue, prove, or fix anything. If someone's energy feels inconsistent, lean out. Observe. You are the cat. A cat, what does a cat do? A beautiful black cat, she's just observing. Don't be like a dog, a golden retriever, even though I love dogs and I love golden retrievers. But don't act like them in your relationship. Don't act like, what is going on? Why are you angry? Why are you like this? Why are you cold? Why are you avoiding me? Don't ask 50,000 questions and be more like on the observer. Observe how someone is treating you. When you're asking too many questions and when you're overreacting to everything, it's because you want to control the situation. You're out of your feminine in that case. You are back in your masculine energy, trying to control people. You have to understand that you cannot control people and you cannot control how people love you, how people show up for you. You have to let them show you who they are. How does he treat you? Does he take your emotions and your concerns and your boundaries into consideration? Is he really there for you, listening to you? Or is he just avoiding and being like a coward, avoiding any sort of conflict and kind of pulling away, being cold, being distant, being inconsistent? You have your answers of how he is, who he is, and how you should react to him in his actions. We always have the answers. You always see the red flags, but sometimes it's because you ignore them. Don't over-explain or overshare, ladies. Not everything needs to be said. Being an open book doesn't mean that you are authentic. It can also mean that you are overgiving yourself. You're overgiving information about yourself. I know that as women, we want to talk. Sometimes you can talk with your mom, with your girlfriends. With men, sometimes oversharing and over talking a lot for hours about all of your emotions and everything that you're feeling is not going to be good. So especially with the men that you don't know, absolutely never do that at the beginning. Stay mysterious. Don't overshare. Don't be an open book, okay? Don't overshare all of your life history, your family history, your trauma, and like everything that happened in your past relationships. But even in your relationship, sometimes keep some mystery. It adds some spark that he doesn't get to know everything that you're feeling all the time. And obviously, if you want to have this soft detachment, that doesn't mean that you're cold and you're never sharing anything with him. No, create a space between you, your emotions, and your actions. So you can deal with your emotions in some aspect, and then your actions will not be the reaction from your emotions. You know, so you will not completely react just because you have this strong emotion of, my God, he abandoned me, he doesn't like me, he doesn't love me. No, you process it by journaling, meditation, breath work. You can do rituals. You can talk about it with a friend, with someone that you trust. But this doesn't mean that your action then will be impacted. Like, we are high value women, and high value women don't beg to be loved. High value women don't beg to have queen treatment. It's supposed to be second nature that you give us queen treatment. It's supposed to be obvious. So process your feelings privately and not performing them for validation. People don't have to have access to your feelings, right? If a man did hurt you, if a man did ghost you, or if a man is distant, he's not there for you anymore. Maybe he was before and he's not there for you anymore. You don't have to call him and cry. No, I don't want him to have this satisfaction of feeling like, okay, she's all over me, I have her wrapped around my finger. No, you process this privately. And also we have walk away gracefully when necessary. Soft detachment means that you're willing to let go without bitterness, without drama, without turning completely cold and being against every man on the planet and hating all men. No, it's because you have self-respect and you know that you will get to be treated better. You know that you don't tolerate anything less, so you will be treated better. You live with peace because you love yourself. If he is really crazy about you and wants to be with you and it's really meant to be, he's not gonna risk you going with another man. He's not gonna risk that. Ladies, if he go cold, move on and date someone else. You should have rotational dating. You should be dating multiple men. That doesn't mean that you are sleeping with multiple men, no. But you should go on dates with multiple people. I always say to my clients, it's either 0 or 2. It's never just 1. It's either you have 0 and you focus on yourself, or you have a minimum of 2 and then you see them and you compare them and you see who is the most worthy of you. The self-detachment, she's calm, she's unbothered, and she moves on quietly, knowing that she is the prize. And if you are already rotational dating, ladies, you won't even notice sometimes if someone is pulling away because you have other ones in your rotation. Another scenario, a man disrespects your boundary. The cold detachment, the cold version would be she becomes sarcastic, she becomes passive aggressive, and she gives him the silent treatment. The soft detachment, in that case, she calmly reinforces her boundary, explaining to him calmly, but then she removes access and doesn't argue. She just removes access to her energy. She lets him feel the consequences of disrespect without any chaos. It's like self-detachment keeps your dignity intact. It's not about being passive, it's being powerful with grace. Reminder, ladies, you don't need to be cold to protect your heart. You don't need to be aggressive, you don't need to get angry, you don't need to be completely shutting down all of your emotions and everyone in your life when someone hurts you. You just need to be calm and connected to yourself and willing to walk away from anything that is not serving you. And self-detachment is really how feminine women stay powerful, magnetic, and deeply respected without ever lowering their vibe. Other people should not have such an impact on you that it destroys you if they are hurting you. Remember, ladies, how much you're the prize. Remember, remind yourself that. Remind yourself, watch my videos if you need to be reminded that, because honestly, ladies, it pains me to see women forgetting that they are the prize and forgetting how men crave for our presence and our feminine energy. Don't ever doubt that, ladies. And if you want that type of energy even more to really feel like you are the prize, take my Femme Fatale Siren course. The link is down below. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful darlings. I hope you liked it and I hope it was really helpful for you. Let me in the comments what you think and also follow me on my Instagram and on TikTok. Until next time, I'm giving you a lot of beautiful kisses and take care of you. Mwah.